right, welcome back. The Department of Homeland Security is threatening to seize one man's family farm in Vermont so they can bolster a security check along the Canadian border. Is this a legitimate security strategy or an unjustified land grab? The farm's owner, Brian Rainville, joins us now live from Vermont. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Great to have you. So now, as I understand it, they want 5 acres of your dairy land. You've got about 200 acres in all. And they're saying, unless you sell us those 5 acres for $39,000, which is a drop in the bucket, we're just going to seize it through eminent domain. Essentially, Brian, the government has got a gun to your head, don't they?
That they do, and we're a little confused because their own report says they should close these low-volume facilities. We get 2.5 cars an hour at Morse's Line.
Okay, let's. We've got some pictures of Morse's Line, and it's right there on the Canadian border. And you're saying that 2.5 cars per hour on average, so 3 would be considered heavy traffic. How much does the Department of Homeland Security want, money-wise, to fix up that facility?
Well, even though that port is closed for 8 hours of every day and secured by the Border Patrol, they want to put up a new $15.4 million building for traffic.
$15.4 million, 2.5 cars per hour. You're a teacher. You're a high school teacher. Does that seem to make sense to you money-wise?
Well, I know that I could hand $254,000 to each of my graduating seniors and not use all that money up.
Oh, no kidding. Now you are an American history teacher.
Yes.
There in a high school in that region. Did you have any idea, Brian, that the federal government can screw a guy so badly using eminent domain?
I didn't realize that stimulus funds were designed to put my family out of work.
Oh, this is crazy. Well, here is a letter that was sent to you. We're going to share it with the audience. This letter follows recent outreach conducted by CBP and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to secure a voluntary purchase of 4.9 acres of unimproved land. Now, so they want to grab this 5 acres, and you really need this 5 acres because in addition to being a teacher, you're also a dairy farmer. Your family has had that plot of land for generations. And right now, economically, this is a bad time for dairy farmers. You need that 5 acres for what?
The Vermont Department of Agriculture is telling Vermonters that 20% of our farms will be gone by Christmas. That acreage for us produces 1,000 bales of hay a year. We have a significant herd. We're milking 80. We have 75 in the replacement stock. And things were tight enough for us on feed that 2 years ago, we took the scrap iron pile off the farm so we could bring 1/8 of an acre into cultivation.
Oh, man.
We're using every inch of that farm. And to have somebody from Washington come in and tell us that we have a vacant lot and more land than we know what to do with has been pretty difficult to take.
Okay, so they're offering you $39,000. Why don't you take that?
Why don't we take that? Because they don't need this project. For 8 hours of every day, the port is closed, the gate is down, the electronic surveillance is on, and the men and women of the U.S. Border Patrol are keeping our country safe. They've shown that they don't need additional personnel at that port, and they don't need a building to secure the border. And their report from last October says they should close these low-volume ports, they should close these duplicate ports, and most surprising of it all, they found that no effort had been made to even consider closing this facility.
Well, Brian, I hope the Department of Homeland Security wakes up and smells the dairy farm because it doesn't make any sense. And you get an A today for your presentation because it is quite persuasive. Brian Rainville joining us today to make his case for his family farm. Thank you very much. Hey, email us right now. Do you think the government is going over the line, grabbing this guy's land or not? Friends at FoxNews.com.